Hi there, welcome back. So excited to see you and talk to you today about rolling out the fingers, hands, forearms. Tightness in these areas here, in the wrist, tightness in the wrist, in the fingers, hands, forearms can be a big factor in neck pain, jaw pain, headaches, shoulder pain. Think about our lives. We type, some of us play guitar, piano, we rock climb, you might be a hairstylist, you might be a massage therapist. Even if you're none of those things, you use your hands all the time. You type a lot, you text, and we never address the hands. We never address the forearms. You see people in the gym, everyone stretching the hamstrings in the sauna, no one ever takes time to work with their hands, their forearms. And even if your elbow's tight, your shoulder's tight, often it can be starting in your hand. So today is a deep dive into releasing your wing, your left wing, your right wing. You're gonna be able to fly after today, so much more gracefully, and it's gonna be awesome. So the tools we're using is lotion. Well, if you have lotion, great. A lot of you will not have lotion. You don't need this. It helps, kind of. And then golf ball, really helpful. Hopefully you have access to this. Go get one if you don't, but you can work around it. This is gonna be, this should already be a must. If you don't have a lacrosse ball, you need to get one. It's gonna be tough to substitute a lacrosse ball. You need one of these. So let's get into it. We're gonna start at the fingers and work our way all the way up the shoulders. I'm so excited to see how you're gonna feel after this. Give yourself this time. Let's go. First up, we're gonna be releasing the fingers. This one is the most energy intensive in terms of you actually putting in effort for the release. We're gonna be working the fingers here. There are muscles, tendons that run all the way up into the forearm. So get a little bit of lotion and you're going to squeeze, kind of just scrape and work your way up the finger. And it's really the joints, like the creases of your finger are where you'll find a lot, especially like right here. So you're just going to scrape, and change the angle. So you'll go straight down, but then you'll also come at the inside angle and the outside angle here. Scrape. Oh, that's nice. Here I'm just working right all up in here. Here. You can use your thumb a little bit. Okay. Something I also like to do is just to mobilize the joints a little bit between the fingers. So what I'll do is I will take my finger and just wiggle it a little bit like this. You don't want to go crazy. And you don't want to do this too often, but if you've never done this, you might be pretty stiff between the actual phalange joints of the fingers. And so doing this can feel really nice, just mobilizing it. You can do side to side, you can do up and down, but it's really nice to have that. You're taking your finger and you're doing this with the joint. Just kind of, it's nice. Okay. So once you've done both sides of the hands, you're then gonna bring in the golf ball. So the golf ball is gonna work. There's a couple things we're focusing on here. First is gonna be, there's a big muscle. Think about the pinky side muscle and then the thumb side muscle. That's what you're going for. And you have a couple options for how you get it. So I like to have one of these here because I can do this. You want a surface like this. Oh, and then, so once you have a hard surface that's not too slippery, you'll just take the golf ball, put it down, and you're just going all right here. And this is lovely. So going around, doing your thing, And you can kind of go fast just to get an overall lay of the land, see where you're most sore. So for example, I'm actually right now doing a circle around the whole palm here, the whole palm. And I noticed that in this area right here is also pretty tight. So at any point I can stop, put my other hand on it and really kind of massage it, you know, grind it out really. If you don't have a golf ball, take your hand, take an elbow, go to town. I actually like the elbow most for fitting the elbow point like right here in between. There's a muscle that goes to this finger, just right there, just kind of peeling that off, peeling that apart. Feels super nice. You can use the golf ball or the elbow to swim in between these metacarpals. So for every finger, there's a bone right here, and you can press them apart because there's soft tissue between those bones that need to breathe and be hydrated. So that's a nice, really nice option. The other option for your elbows is actually getting deeper on the first fingers here. So you can take your elbow, and I'm kind of letting the elbow drive between the fingers, but massaging that first part, and that also feels really nice. I'm putting them together and just kind of, I even can slide over the finger, and that feels really nice. One spot for focus is this spot right here on the thumb. Right here, there's a big meat, pad of meat right here. And you want the golf ball to definitely just sink into that meat and slowly go side to side over it or get right on top of it. But you just want to definitely get that flesh that really maneuvers the thumb through so much of life. So here I'm coming at it right on, but then also you want to get it from the side. So you're coming here, and then you're also coming here, down like this, boom, like this. Ah, it's gnarly. There, and there, there, and there. You always want to release muscles near where they attach. So this muscle kind of attaches like right here. Right here, it's just kind of getting in there. Changing the angle of your wrist. So if you're here versus here, as the ball pressing in, you'll kind of peel that tissue forward and back. So coming in here versus here. Same thing for the pinky side. You have a muscle that comes this way. You can come at it from this angle, but also this angle. So here or here. Both are important. Oh, this is overdue for me, I promise you that. Next up, the carpal tunnel. Right in this area here. Right in this area right here. So we're coming kind of below the wrist, and we're coming into the carpal tunnel. Boom, let's do it. So the golf ball will go like this area. And now you're gonna really pop over some tendons. And again, just move around. I say carpal tunnel, we're actually gonna start moving all in this area here of the forearm. Just feeling around, pressure. You're definitely gonna pop over tendons, and that's fine. You're just looking. What position, what spot, combined with what angle, because you can turn your forearm in and out to find different angles. So for example, for the thumb, there's a muscle that comes all the way to the inside of this arm bone right here. It's the radius. No, it's the radius. Is it the radius? Tibial, no. Radius, okay, whatever. You can kind of come right on the inside border of this bone here. Oh, that's nice. Ulna, radius? Yeah, ulna and radius. So yeah, the radius. And for me, being a massage therapist, ooh, man, about right there, coming off the forearm is just gnarly from my thumb. I'm having to turn my arm out like this to come down on it. It hurts so good, let me tell you. I was very overdue for this. So I was already planning to switch to this lacrosse ball, but really the golf ball also works pretty well for just coming all the way down the forearm here. So once we've gotten all this, so I was spending a lot of time on the inside of my forearm right here. A lot of time there and here, but once we get to the elbow, that is an important spot, right on the elbow. So yeah, so for the elbow, we're now gonna get right on this area. So you just come in here, come right down top of it, and yeah, even this is pretty gnarly. I've been doing a lot of, so it's starting to slide now. I'm actually gonna try the the lacrosse ball. And that's the thing is you want the lacrosse ball and the golf ball because in any given spot, one will do a better job than the other. And you wanna be able to work and try with both. And again, I'm just feeling it out. As I press there on the tendons where they attach, my body naturally will tell me like, ooh, trace that out to this area or whatever. And that's what you're looking for. All right, so spending a lot of time there is what I recommend, but we do have to move on now to the tricep a little bit. So first off, you can still get it in this area. You're just gonna follow this. So the tendons of the flexor tendons that flex the wrist, they kind of continue on into a little bit of an intermuscular septum here on the inside. So there's a lot of nerves and arteries there, but you just have to listen to your body. But it does feel nice to press into that area. And you definitely can find things. So don't be afraid to look. Oh man, that's nice. I'm actually following it all the way up now. I have the luxury of a massage table here. If you don't have that, you can do this laying on the ground or on a table of some sort. For our next release, we're gonna use the lacrosse ball, a wall, and we're just gonna open the arm up. It helps to have a very attractive lab pit mix in the background, but we're opening the arm up and letting the ball work all in here as we press into the wall. Oh my golly, it feels very nice right here for me. Breathing. This is one of those spots where you might just hang out. So I feel very stuck right here. This is my radiobrachialis. But anytime you're stuck somewhere, that muscle that's stuck, stiff, dehydrated, It is part of a myofascial continuity of muscles, and it's going to cause problems potentially up and down the chain. So anytime you're finding a stiff muscle, especially if you did not know, if you did not realize it was stiff before you got to it, you're like, oh, I didn't know that it felt like that. That's how you know, well, this has been affecting your movement for however, who knows how long, and it was going to continue doing that until you got it to release. So what we've done here is we've gone from here over to here. So we started off on the front of the elbow, now we're coming out to the side. Coming out to the side all the way down to this area. So we had so on the outside there's this ulna bone here, and it really helps to peel the muscles off the ulna like this. So you're coming at that angle and really helping it peel off. Once you've gotten all this, we're going to start moving up into the outside of the upper arm. Once again, you can just use the ball and lean on the wall here. I went pretty quick because I didn't feel too much right here, but up on the deltoid, I do feel a good bit. And I'm just following up. At this point, again, my body is guiding me. I'm just like, ooh, that's tight. And I'm following the tightness. Oh, now I'm on my shoulder. So we got here. What about like really just along the tricep? It's kind of difficult. You can kind of do it on the wall here, especially kind of coming up on the posterior shoulder cuff, and that feels nice, and definitely spend time doing this. But what about that long tricep? This is a tough one, and especially for like rock climbers, really anyone, if you have tight triceps, it can be such a pain because it's hard to get directly, but here are some good strategies. If you have a chair, such as Exhibit A, you can really get in there pretty well just dropping your arm over the back of the chair. Ooh, going side to side, hello. And breathing. So there's two positions on the chair. It'll be kind of with your arms straight, and then also you really want to get all the way in there where the arm's kind of hanging and it's coming up through the shoulder. Lean back right here. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh, that's intense. This feels really nice actually. While we're here, if you wanted to angle it like this, you could, and then you can really come in at that angle. You could do this for your lats too. I do this too. But now we're getting off track. Okay. Oh, but this does feel nice. Oh. And so for those of you who don't have that chair, I want to give you another option, which is taking your arm, pa-pow. You have a kneecap, I'm sure, and if you don't have a kneecap, that's for another video. But if you have a kneecap, then what you can do is sit, bring your knee down, and then you can kind of get a lot of the same release, just dropping that tricep right on your knee, kind of getting in there. You can press it down to get a little more pressure if you need to, and that kind of will get in the tricep pretty well. Next one. Very last technique for the tricep, softball under the arm here. And this is good for really that upper part of the tricep that's not in the shoulder, but it is the upper part, the medial head, and just kind of like this area of the tricep kind of coming down, turning in and out. You can hold a weight here, pretend this is a dumbbell, and kind of get a little more pressure on it that way as well. Here. And that's pretty nice. You could turn your arm out as well. Yeah, so you could, get inside at the lower part as well. I would definitely explore all of those options. And there you have it, folks. We have gone through the whole arm, tricep, bicep, forearm flexors, extensors. Hopefully you got into the shoulder a little bit. Excuse me. And I hope you feel much better after that. If you do, then we have accomplished our mission. And I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Keep rolling out, keep those tissues hydrated, keep chasing that pain-free life. Thanks.